Today, we are going to make some grass. No, I'm not in Colorado, so it's not going to be that kind of grass. It's our techniques that are so simple and sensible, your models will practically build themselves.
Hello folks, it's Mad Dog Murph. Welcome to the Kid Hoarder Stash. And today we have another Sherman. I know. At least I'm consistent. So let's take a look at this one. Oh, this is Dragon Kit number 67 or 6447. The El Alamein Sherman. And this is a direct vision early war M4A1. Let's take a look at it. First of all, here's the back. It shows you all the cool features this thing has. Ooh, ah. And like 7 different paint decal options you've got on this, so you've got a lot of choices. And more of the features. This kit will set you back. It's not cheap, but there's reasons why. It's got a lot of photo etch in it, which doesn't thrill me. Let's start with the instructions. So it's cold out here. If we look at the parts breakdown, you can see, like most Dragon kits, it's got a bunch of extra parts. There's like 3 extra on the back end of the engine, where you get into the engine, and then there's a couple of extra decks here. There's some extra mantlets. Yeah, there's a bunch of extra stuff, which is good. I like that. I like having the extra parts. It's part of the reason I like the Dragon kit so much. Okay, part number 1 here, building the suspension. This is the single return roller on top, on the very top. Okay, and that's part number 1. Let's go to part number 2. Where's part number 2? One thing is, their instructions are always a little for me. Oh, part 2 and 3. Okay, so putting together the 3-piece, transmission cover. Okay, here we go. Steps 4 and 5. A lot of things to do on this upper hull, and there's a lot of photo etch that goes into that. Page 7 and 8, got more upper hull, and finally the turret with, again, more photo etch and some options. And 10, step 11, putting more photo etch on the fenders and whatnot. Back in the early war, when they actually had fenders on these things. And then here's your markings. Finally, lots of markings, and a whole other page of markings. So you got lots of good options if you want to build an early war British tank. This is the one for sure. So let's take a look at the parts bag. Got to open these up. I got this so that I could have it as a donor for my T6 project, but I'm obviously going to build this as well, so, because it's got lots of extra parts. So as you can see, an M4A1 engine cover here, the armored cover for it, the grouser, I don't know what that's called, the pockets there in the back. You got 2 different styles, which is neat. And then the back of your the back bulkhead for your engine compartment here. You got 2 different choices there, your air cleaners. Wow. Here's the turret. Pretty standard early war Sherman turret with your 75 gun. Different all these different mantlets here, and the other parts that go to it. Pistol port. Yeah, lots. I like all these extra parts because they really help. I don't know if you folks have seen that video where I built a complete Sherman kit out of spare parts. I think the only thing I had to do was I scratch built a lower hull. And that was it. That's all I had to do. And here's the lower hull for this one. Oh, the transmission cover looks great. It's got some texture to it, which looks very, very good. For the 3-piece tranny cover. The upper hull of the M4A1, the direct vision. Make sure I get that part in there because the direct vision is the key part here. Your direct vision slits. The upper hull, the texture on this looks great. Don't know if you can see that or not, but it looks great. Wow. Hatches and hoods. The box that goes on the back of the turret that these British tanks had. And here's lots of periscopes. Lots of periscopes. Nice and clear. This one has the DS tracks. I know people are going to cringe about that. I don't have a problem with them. Thank goodness. I mean, none of the horns on this are bent that I can see. They all look good. So I don't have a problem painting them the way I paint them. So I will be using those. Now there's another version of this kit that has the magic tracks. I think it's a little bit more money. It's about $10 more if you can find one. If you want to build the magic tracks. I do not. That's why I got this one. Okay, and here is a later transmission cover, a 1-piece. And then you've got a couple more rear bulkheads and another engine deck. I think this is for the M4A2. You got these other hatches which don't go to this one. Again, great spare parts for so many other projects. Your Pioneer tools. You've got your covers, guards for your tail lights and for your headlights and for your horn. And you've also got them in photo etch on this. So it's nice to have those extra parts. And then here's the wheels. One set of road wheels in this kit, which surprised me because usually they've got 2 or 3. But these are the early bogies and the early road wheels. And they look great. Look very good. And the sprockets. That's the other thing. This only comes with the 1 set of sprockets. Oh boy. Look at the, wow. Look at the decals here. Yeah, some great options on the decals. Great bullseye right there, just so the enemy knows right where to aim. That's what I thought it was. As a kid, I always thought that was the bullseye. Okay, yeah, this is where we gotta aim. It just slays me. Oh well. Put some of this back in here, because there's a lot to it. Here's our photo etch, and our photo etch has... our photo etch is in a bag that I probably can't open easily. Oh, there we go. Doody 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 doo. We all know my affection for photo etch. Yummy. Okay, so here is the guards for the headlights. Looks like some straps. Your fenders, side fenders, front fenders, rear fenders. For the engine, the armored engine area underneath that, you've got a grate here. A few other little straps and whatnot here. There's a whole box on the front of this that's made with that and the photo etch straps. It's really kind of neat. This and the Sherman 3 that I have will make a couple of very nice British Shermans. I also have the M4A1 DV that we will look at another time. This is specifically the British El Alamein version. And there we go. And that's it. So thanks for joining us today, folks. Hopefully this was helpful to you if you've got one of these kits or want to get one of these kits. So we'll see you next week on The Stash.